Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. There is so much going on. I'm just going to rattle off some things for you, and then we're going to dig all the way in. Grayscale, ARK Invest 21 shares, VanEck, Bitwise, Fidelity, Valkyrie, Hashdex, BlackRock, Wisdom Tree, Invesco, Galaxy. Those are the 11 approved Bitcoin spot ETFs right there. Now, I dropped a note last night, and a few of you have been hammering me. It was late, and I was tired. I had to fix a leak in the bathroom. You know, because if you notice, I had a white piece here and a white piece on my face. I didn't even realize. Wanted to get the news out real bad, because I was messing around with PVC. There's a lot going on, but for a while now, I've been telling you there's a lot going on with regard to Bitcoin. But I've been trying to give you news about other things because, yes, Bitcoin is the news. It's going to suck all the oxygen out. But you've got to pay attention to other things. I tried to tell you about, Polygon yesterday. I told you about Aave a while ago. I told you about so many different coins a while ago. Last night, all I could get out, because I was tired and I was hungry. Can't have a guy my size being hungry. That's not cute. But I tried to tell you that you need to do your own research on altcoins, right? And we'll get into actual numbers later, but I've been telling you about this for a while. But let's get into the news. Now, the spot ETFs were approved, and crypto mom Hester Pierce, gotta love her, she was like, listen, the SEC wasted 10 years. She said straight up, the SEC wasted 10 years with all this nonsense around Bitcoin. And it's a commodity just like everything else. Should have been able to rock and roll a long time ago. Didn't want to, but now you finally are. And it kind of, if you look at it from my perspective is, with all of the shenanigans going on around Bitcoin, via the SEC, this could have been done a while ago, one. Two, look at where you are right now. You finally did something. You finally got up off your tail. And what does Gary Gensler do? He gets up and he says, but it's speculative. It's very volatile. I'm sorry, but stocks are generally like that. Bonds, options, anything that's tradable, anything that's an investment vehicle like that, they're all like that. So what are you saying? I think it's time for him to take a seat in a different building, in a different role. In Florida, retired. Shutting up. That's what I think should happen. And it's because he was mandated by a court to actually do this. So it was going to happen. It was always a guarantee. Once he lost to Grayscale, that was a wrap. That was a wrap because Grayscale brought their case, and it was a strong case. If you approve futures, why won't you approve spots? It's stupid. Something else I told you to pay attention to were the stocks that happen to be in the crypto space. You know who's going to make off huge over the long run? You know who's going to make off huge? Coinbase. People are asking me why. I reported a while ago that Coinbase had their Coinbase One integrated into Aladdin, BlackRock's, larger trading platform in 2021. Yeah. So they're deeply in bed with BlackRock. Not to mention they are in bed, together over Circle, right? So there's a lot going on. So it's not just Bitcoin that you should be paying attention to. Yes, Bitcoin is great, but I'm going to show you a little bit later on how you could have gotten involved in other coins that shot up more than Bitcoin when that news hit. I've been telling you that for a while. Right? We'll get into those names. Something else that happened. I'm looking at El Salvador's President Bukele. Everybody thought he was off his freaking rocker, just like Michael Saylor. And I'm sitting back now. I'm sorry, I've got to put some lotion on. I just feel I'm looking at that now, and I'm saying to myself, oh, he must be so happy. He must be so happy right now because their Bitcoin holdings are in the green. Right now, they're in the green, and they're obviously expected to go up. For Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, Their unrealized gains at the moment are over. I'm so sorry, but I just felt like really stiff. Their unrealized gains right now over their Bitcoin holdings is over $500 million. Over $500 million unrealized gains. Now, there are those that believe that, now that these spot ETFs are ready to rock and roll, some already seeded, pricing already set, competition built in. I've never seen such competition already built in. Right? I told you a couple of days ago, there's even competition from outside of that Bitcoin spot ETF space. Wow. There's a lot. But really, Bukele of El Salvador, that dude is definitely riding high at the moment. Other countries are going to be paying attention to what he did. And you're asking me, why did I bring this up? It's because the EU is pressing majorly hard to get the digital euro out the door. They're even about to start testing or a pilot program for using the euro offline. Wow. Now, I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, that's huge. But as huge as that is, that's kind of going to be nuts, right? Because with the Bitcoin spot ETFs, yes, it's in name, you've only put the stamp on Bitcoin, but really you put the stamp on the whole cryptoverse. So there's going to be a lot going on. I reported yesterday about the deal between Reality Studios and SAG-AFTRA. That's only half the story. Actors, I'm starting to read that actors are feeling betrayed. So that's really something I'm going to pay attention to now. Because the idea is that they feel betrayed because they're not going to use their voices. They're going to steal their voices. Like, what? Oh, okay. So I don't know if they're going to steal their voices, borrow their voices or whatever, but I don't know how they're going to be compensated. And I need to dig in on that because it really is going to affect, the metaverse and how that happens. It's going to affect different companies as they start to move to virtual assistants and things like that. There's going to be a lot that's going to be affected by that. That's going to affect my bag or affect what stocks, what cryptos I'm going to choose to be involved in, depending on their stance or what they're doing in that space. Again, another little thing that I'm going to have to put into my box, my process box for reviewing assets, whether they be digital, traditional, whatever. So that's huge. You want to know something else? Something else that's cracking me up right now is I've been telling you for a while, I can't stand how Jamie Dimon has been talking out of both sides of his face. On one side, publicly saying, I can't stand Bitcoin and crypto and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, JPMorgan is one of the biggest players in the space. And I'm not the only one now. There are a lot of people starting to talk about it. They're really starting to call him out about it. Late to the game because I was already there, but they're really starting to call him out on it. It's about time. Now, something else that's going on that I'm paying attention to is the DeFi space. I'm looking at Aave, and they just voted to integrate PayPal's PYUSD. That's their stablecoin. That is actually a huge boost and a huge nod to that stablecoin. It's going to be a while, but it'll grow. Obviously, you're not looking to make money there, but you're looking for where it will be so that you can handle transactions. Right? That's what I'm paying attention to. I think there's potential for that particular stablecoin. I really do. About the ECB and their push for the euro, they're putting $1.3 billion into that project. Just for that aspect of the project. And given everything that's going on, there's even more speculation about an Ethereum spot ETF. There's also rumors about an XRP spot ETF. We'll see how that goes. Right now, Ripple is in the midst of buying back shares, $230 million worth. Very interesting to me. Very, very interesting to me. Something else that I'm doing right now. I'm starting to pay attention to all of the pin plays that are out there, right? I gave you one, right? And that's Coinbase because of their involvement in BlackRock and their integration with BlackRock's Aladdin. So I'm expecting over time for all of that to come to roost for Coinbase. I think that stock's going to go up. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to take a hit because blah, 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 blah. And I just sat there and kept laughing. Because they're in bed with BlackRock. They are not going anywhere. They are stronger than ever. Strong as hell. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should probably get into the numbers. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm in a very good mood today. Yeah, those were all my notes. You know, I might even start just sharing my notes while I'm doing everything, just so you guys can see I'm dead serious with this. So when people say how many articles you banging out and all this stuff, I probably get out the door like 9, somewhere between 5 and 15 articles a day personally. I do a ton more research than that. I shoot videos whenever I can. Obviously, in the mornings, I shoot the first videos. I'm not going to worry about that guy. But Fear and Greed Index, 76. DeFi Llama is up, and it's at $75.8 billion. All right. Oh, man, you know what I should do? I should bring up, I hope it doesn't crash. If it crashes, I have to shoot this whole video all over again, and that's going to be painful. But right now, I'm trying to bring up my spreadsheet that you guys see me use all the time so that we can really see the numbers. Give me a moment. Bear with me. It's still spitting up. Don't crash. Alrighty. Let's make it bigger for you guys so you guys can see. Maybe just a hair smaller. There you go. All right. So looking at these numbers, you've got nobody that's losing money. I mean, you start to get into positive. When you start getting into the positives, you're doing all right. Let's look at all the big winners right here. Everybody on this list over here is a winner. All right. So let's see who should we be paying attention to. Cardano is up 16. Again, and I'll bring you over to the list so you can see Bitcoin, but Cardano is up 16. Immutable X is up 17. Psi is up 17. Arbitrum is up 17. Arbitrum was up yesterday. Even Pepe is up 17. Polkadot is up 17. A Star, I've been talking about them for a while. 21. Morgan, thank you for a star. But that one is up 21. Cadena, not something I own, but I do pay attention to the name, is up 21. Let's see. Jito had been down for a minute, up 23%. Sui is up 29%. And this one is brand new to me. Never heard of it before. It's up 72%. There's been a lot of, I watch how projects promote themselves, and that one's gotten a lot of promotion, just like Pepe did, just like Bonk did, so I paid attention to it only because of that, but I'm not saying anything special. So I'll have to, it's a meme coin. It really is a deep meme coin. Then when you look at Bitcoin, look at this. Look at this at 47,025. Not too far away from, the high that it was, about 47.9, give or take. Now, we've hit a new area, right? We've hit this new space. It's going to take time for Bitcoin to actually catch up, okay? And I'll get into that in a second. Just let me show you the rest of the numbers that are here. Look at everybody deep green. Polkadot up 17. I'm telling you, deep green. I've been telling you for a while that you're going to see other coins outperform Bitcoin, even with the Bitcoin spot ETF approvals. And it's just how it works. Bitcoin is so massive, and it's meant for different uses than these other altcoins. Well, other than the altcoins. That's why I said you should be paying attention to those. Solana is up at 104 now. A couple of days ago it was at 90. 90. So imagine how much money you could have made if you'd have bought a few at 90. Told you about that one. Everybody got on me about last night when I dropped the note. They were like, well, what are the altcoins that we'd be looking at? I've been telling you this for weeks, for months. For months, I've been covering different coins that I'm paying attention to, that are on my list, that I've been DCAing into. I've been telling you this. And here you go. Arbitrum, Avalanche, Cardano, Near protocol is up huge. Just Lido is down, but I'm expecting I'm expecting that to like just explode soon. Honestly, I do expect it to explode. And people are wondering why, and it's DeFi. That's why. All right. So look at this space right now. Just look right here, past 24 hours. Ethereum's up double digits. This guy's not. Bitcoin's not. Year to date, just this year. Today's January 11th, 111. Today's 111 day. Year to date, Bitcoin is up 11.21%. Ethereum is up 16.51%. Year to date. In the past 24 hours, you want to know who else beat out Bitcoin? Cardano. Right? If you look at Bitcoin and you say, well, Bitcoin in the past 24 hours is up 3.54%. Just do your research here. Bitcoin's going to go up. These other altcoins are going to go up way more. They're just going to outperform. They're just going to outperform. I'm looking at Polygon. I dropped news about Polygon. They're at a loss for the past year, but in the past 24 hours, they're up 12.27%. So that's how far down it was. It's got to get above $1 to really, be back in the red, really. But these are the things that I'm paying attention to. These are the things that I've been asking you guys to pay attention to. Do your own research and get in on the coins that you like. I'm looking at Shiba Inu, not moving, but in the past 24 hours, up 9%. It's only up 0.13% in the past, for year to date, but in the past 24 hours, it's up 9%. This is what I'm paying attention to. All right. When I'm looking at these coins, let's scoot back over. When I'm looking at these coins and I'm looking at everything, I'm paying attention to what each one of the use cases are for the coins that I'm interested in. I'm paying attention to the price that they're at now in correlation to their all-time highs. How much room do they have to move just to get back to their all-time highs? Because remember, their all-time highs pretty much following Bitcoin. Well, there you go. That'll tell you the kind of percentages you can get. I'm down 94% to get back to where I was. What's the X that's got to happen? Some of these coins are going to multiply in a huge, huge, huge fashion. Huge fashion. This is why I pay attention to some of these smaller, kind of off to the side things. Right? I mean, you have to. I have to bring up my notes because there's a lot that I didn't talk about that we could have been talking about. Let's see. Yep, SAG-AFTRA. I touched on MicroStrategy, JPMorgan. That's going to be huge. That's going to be an ongoing conversation when it comes to JPMorgan. It really is. Because they're in bed big time when it comes to crypto. Anyway, that's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you like what I'm doing, drop me a note. I love hearing from you. But do me a favor, drop your notes over on growmybag.tv. Let's see how many people do that. I need your help because I need people banging on it so I can, so we can work out all the kinks and all that stuff. And we've got more coming. And if you don't like what I'm doing, also go over there and tell me how I can improve for you. Tell me how I can make this better. Tell me just what makes it more fun. But really, do your own research and come to me with some good questions. A lot of people have been coming to me with really good questions. I've got a lot of research on the plate. Somebody asked me to do, Dev Shetty asked me to do research on Bitcoin miners. Those are other stocks that I'm interested in, right? Which is why I'm going to do the research because I'm already doing the research. Hut 8, Riot, just all of them. Those are the ones I'm paying attention to. You want to know who else I'm paying attention to in that space? Here's a little extra nugget. Galaxy Digital. Don't forget that Galaxy Digital bought space and they bought rights to purchase, stock in, a Bitcoin miner. And after all this, don't forget, we still have the halving event that's going to happen in about 100 days. That's going to be huge. Do your own research and let's start that conversation. Have a good one. Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV.